Greetings, Earthlings. Now, I tend not to cover deck techs for modern precons a whole lot on this channel due to the fact that what am I going to do, be the 100th person to talk about cards that are exclusive to Commander products? But this deck not only goes against any of my usual deck building ways, but is also in a color combo that is the polar opposite of my playstyle. Today, we've got the goodest boy, Dogmeat Ever Loyal. For Naya, we got a 3/3 Doge with the fun abilities where, when he enters, you mill 5 cards, which isn't too common in Naya, but you get to return an aura or equipment card to your hand, and whenever you attack with a creature that's equipped or enchanted, you get to make a junk token. Now let's throw the dog a bone here and jump right in. Let's preface these abilities by stating that A, whatever aura equipment you snag out of your graveyard doesn't have to be one that got freshly milled. So if you drop Dogmeat in after someone has Vandal Blasted your Skull Clamp, then you can just snag that right back out. And B, he makes a junk token for each modified creature attacking. Yes, I'm aware that modified includes +1/+1 counters, but that's not really a thing in this deck, and I'm not saying aura and equipment each time, so deal. So, if you have an army of modified dudes, say 4 or 5 attacking creatures, then that's 4 or 5 junk tokens made. Which is actually insane value when each one lets you impulse draw and cast whatever got exiled until end of turn. And yes, Dogmeat does count himself. Now, the main strategy of this deck is working with the junk tokens. You may think that making a pseudo-blink strategy is the move, but unless someone is continuously popping your stuff, it's very possible that the enters ability is a one-time use. But there are ways to help him do that more often. Sword of Hearth and Home is easily the gilded goose of this deck because it's not only an equipment that enables Dogmeat's second ability, but it gives you a blink effect along with land ramp whenever the equipped creature hits a player. And if you've got something fun like Cloud Midgar Mercenary on board, not only can you tutor that bitch up, but he'll double up that ability. Or you could just get really dumb with it and search up Hammer of Nazan. Now, the fun part about this deck is similar to my Hakim deck that I made way back at the beginning of this channel, is you can run a Voltron strategy or just litter the board with toys and guys to put them on. 3-Dog Galaxy News DJ is really fun when you could pop an aura on him to make a copy for each other creature you control, easily enabling the junk token ability and even giving Dogmeat a graveyard target. Danitha, New Benalia's Light, is also a good enabler to allow you to outright cast these cards out of your graveyard once per turn. Now, of course, we're not ignorant to equip costs and things of the sort. So for that reason, aside from the aforementioned Hammer of Nazan, we're running Brass Squire, Pure Steel Paladin, and Sigarda's Aid. There's also Strongback that helps reduce the cost of aura that target whatever creature it's on. Other ways to snag these creature modifiers out of the grave are cards like Super Mutant Scavenger, Brotherhood Outcast, and Mantle of the Ancients. Mantle of the Ancients can be extra stupid with 3-Dog. If you know how to work the stack just right, you can pretty much equip any aura to any creature on your board, out of your graveyard, obviously. Now, the aforementioned Pure Steel Paladin, Swam, Senior Edificer, and Armory Paladin are good ways to turn your creature modifiers into cantrips. With things like Sigarda's Aid or Brass Squire, or even a more niche card like Leonin Shikari, you can hold up some of your equipment like Lightning Greave, Swiftfoot Boots, or Silver Shroud Costume as flash speed protection spells. And while not equipments, the bobbleheads that came in this precon are pretty damn handy. Bloodforged Battle Axe is a great card that can copy itself. And if you have that in Hammer of Nazan out, you can just throw those copies down onto any creature you control. Now, some other cards that can help with cost reduction or even ramp are Thornscape Familiar, Codsworth Handy Helper, and Bladehold War Whip. Now, of course, this is a tried and true Naya deck that just looks to overrun opponents with power and aggression. But, come on, how could you be mad at this face? Look at it. Look at it! Sarah McLachlan is judging you right now. But yeah, that's the deck. Let me know what you think. It's not a convoluted strategy in the slightest, and the fact that it's a pretty resilient modifiers deck really piqued my interest. And I actually had to go back over this video a few times to get into the nitty-gritty of sub-themes. Like, my main sub-theme is recycling equipment, but there are a lot of different ways that you could do this. The fact that you're dropping in artifacts all the time between your equipments and junk tokens means that an artifact sub-theme could be useful between cards like Reckless Fireweaver, Duretti Rocketeer Engineer, and even Osgear the Reconstructor. Another sub-theme can be going full-bore into modifiers territory with cards like Chishiro the Shattered Blade, Kodama the West Tree, and Kami of Celebration, which segues nicely into my third and final sub-theme potential, casting from exile. It's important to note that junk tokens let you cast from exile. And because we're running other junk token producers like Mr. Gutsy and Junkjet, you can run an Exile Matters sub-theme. Faldorn Dreadwolf Herald can help with board presence whenever you cast from exile. Commander Liara Portier gives cost reduction to those spells whenever you attack in that turn, which you want to be doing quite a fair bit in this deck anyway. And things like Passionate Archaeologist and Keeper of Secrets can throw damage around for those casts as well. And if you've got deep pockets, you can obviously run all the token doublers like Doubling Season, Parallel Lives, Anointed Procession, and Mondrak, and just make a absolute boatload of junk tokens to just crack every turn and just completely fuel the engine. Like, a lot of people were hyped about Preston Garvey and the fact that he can untap anything with an aura on it, which, again, goes crazy with 3-Dog and things like Wild Growth. But I found his mana cost to be a bit steep, especially when I can get right to work with Dogmeat and start spitting out junk like whenever Rachel Ziegler opens her mouth. But yeah, that's it. Without further ado, peep the Patreon, join the Discord, inject your eardrums with my music. Just recently released a video for Charlie, which I'm pretty stoked about. It's probably my favorite track to date. Go check it out. Yeah. But aside from all that, wrap that like, tap that subscribe. Peace.